Hello everyone, it's time for another tutorial, and today I have something special for you. I will show you how to play the intro of Passionflower by Jon Gomm. So if you don't know this song yet, I have the link in the description, go check it out now. And this song is really legendary and I always wanted to learn it. But the problem was, as most of you might know, in order to achieve this bending effect, Jon uses banjo tuners on his guitar, and I think this stops a lot of people from learning this song because the average player like me does not want to mess around with his guitar just for this one song. But a few weeks ago I stumbled across a way on how to play it without the banjo tuners on your guitar, which is by pressing down the strings behind the nut. For the rest of this video I'll refer to this part as to the substring. So here we have the B substring and below we have the E substring, and by pressing this down we can achieve the pitch by 2 semitones upwards, which is the same as what Jon does with his banjo tuners. So in this video I will explain everything that you need in order to play the intro. Well, let's get started. So in order to get started there are 2 things that we need to prepare. The first thing is that we need to wind up the E string counterclockwise, as you can see here. Usually on a regular guitar the G string, the B string and the E string are winded up clockwise. But in order to have enough space between the E substring and the B substring to be able to press them down independently, we need to wind up the E string counterclockwise. So this is a good chance to change all strings on your guitar, but if you do not have a second set of strings at hand right now, you can just unwind the E string and then wind it up the other direction. This is also possible. It might be a little bit more hard, but this is still definitely possible. So pause the video, wind up the E string the other way around, and once you have done this, we can get to the tuning, because we will use an alternative tuning for this song, which is as follows. The E string becomes a D sharp, the A becomes a G, the D becomes an A sharp, the G becomes an F, the B becomes a G, and finally the E string is downtuned to an A sharp. So take your time, tune this down, and once you have this it should sound like this. Okay, so once you have winded up the E string the other way around and you have the alternative tuning, we are ready to start. And I decided that it would make sense to split up the hands. So at first I'm going to show you the right hand, and afterwards we will look at the left hand. So let's start with the right hand. While we are learning the right hand, I recommend that you just place your left hand down here, put your index finger and your middle finger onto the B substring and just let your hand rest there while we are focusing onto the right hand. So throughout the tutorial I will just call the strings as if we were in standard tuning, so this is the E string and this is the A string and so on, okay? So first we pluck the E string, then with our middle finger we pluck the B string, okay? And at this point there is a new concept that you might have to learn, which is called natural harmonics, which sounds like this. So what are we doing here? We put our hand in a position like this, the index finger is straight, and you place your index finger on top of the 12th fret, exactly on top of the fret onto the D string. And you do not press the D string down or something, you just gently touch the D string. And then with this we plug the D string with our thumb, okay? And immediately after plucking the string, we can remove our index finger and our thumb from the string to make the sound evolve. Okay. To make it easier, you can put your small and ring finger on here. You can place it here so your hand is a little bit more stable. And then you can just practice this. This might take some time until you get a clear sound, and it also can regularly happen that you just miss it. It also happens to me. Take your time with this. But this is what we will play next. So we had the E string, the B string, and now we will play the natural harmonic D. I will mark down the natural harmonic notes that you have to play as circles onto the graph. Okay? So the next few notes we are going to play, we just had our natural harmonic D, then we will play a natural harmonic G, then we will play our natural harmonic B, and finally our natural harmonic E. So starting from the D string, we will play a natural harmonic on each of the strings until the E string, okay? So all together. Once again, a little bit slower. Right now we will not focus on the exact timing of the plucking yet. Let's just focus on the technique itself, okay? So once we have reached the E string with our natural harmonic, we will walk back to the B string, then back to the G string, and then back to the D string, okay? So this is just some sort of bounce. We were playing D, G, B, E, and then we will play B, G, D, okay? So all together. Okay, and if you got that far, the next thing that happens is that we do a hammer on, and we do it onto the 14th fret of the A string, okay, so here. So we are coming from the natural harmonics. Okay. And this is the time where we finally can move our left hand. We take our left hand and place our index finger on top of the 12th fret of the A string and the E string to play a natural harmonic on those two strings. And we still have our hammer on here. And now from our hammer on, we will just strum the A and the E string with our right hand. So it's a move like this. Okay, we had this hammer on, we place our left index finger on top of the 12th fret, and then we pull, and then we release our left hand in order to make the natural harmonics sound, okay? So, let's play the whole thing with the right hand, what we had so far. Let's repeat this. And now let's focus on the left hand. Well, let me first introduce you onto the exact technique on how we will press down the B and the E substring. The first thing that is important here, that we always try to press the substring down in the middle. So do not press it down directly at the nut or directly at the tuner, because this will just make pressing it down way more hard. So for both the E and the B string, we try to press the substring down in the middle. So in case of the E string, this will be around here. And in case of the B string, it will be around here. So right now my fingers are blocked through this tuner here, but that is okay. Just try to get your two fingers as much to the center of the B string as possible. So this will be here. So when we are switching between those, we are not switching in a straight way. We are rather jumping a little bit to the left, okay? So center, 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 okay? And I also really recommend to use the index finger and the middle finger together to press down, because otherwise this is going to be really painful if you just do it with one finger. It also might be painful when using two fingers, but I found that this highly depends on your guitar. So on this guitar, pressing down the string always was really painful for me, while on this guitar is really cheap, but on the much better guitar of my dad, the pressing down would be fairly easy. So what we are trying to achieve is a 2 semitone upwards bend. So it should sound like this. But we'll just do the same pressing down here. So just start playing around with it a little bit. Just play around with it and listen to yourself while playing. So try to hit the 2 semitones as exactly as possible. Try to find the exact spot, the exact amount of pressure that you need to apply in order to get the 2 semitone pitch upwards. So you can just practice this like I did right now, and also make sure that you do not jump straight away, but you jump towards the left to always be as much in the center of the substring as possible. Okay. And if there's one point while practicing that you find that your fingers are really hurting, then you still can continue practicing. Just don't press the string down the whole way, just press it a little bit. Once you got a feeling for this, let's now see how we can apply this to the pattern that we just learned for the right hand, okay? For simplicity, I will leave out the natural harmonics right now. I will just plug the strings open. Okay, just so you can see what both of my hands are doing. So let's apply a pattern. At the beginning, our left hand doesn't do anything yet. So we have our middle finger and index finger onto the B substring. Now we pluck the E string, we pluck the B string, natural harmonic D string, natural harmonic G string, and then comes the natural harmonic B string. And this is the point where we first time need to press down our two fingers onto the B substring, okay? Okay, try this. Let's play the whole pattern so far. Okay. Then next in our pattern, remember we did the natural harmonic on the E string, okay? So, all together. The very moment that you already are pulling the E string, natural harmonic, you can release your two fingers from here. Okay, so the whole thing so far. Okay, at this point, the moment that we are releasing our two fingers from the B substring, they need to jump over to the E substring, okay? So, try to get this move. So the very moment that we are plucking the E string, we are releasing our fingers from there and let them jump over to the E substring, to the center here, okay? And once our fingers are hopping over, then we are pressing down the E substring, okay? Whoops, that was way too strong. And then we release them from the E string, okay? So this is I think this is the most tricky part here. Just try this exact part several times, okay? And once we released our two fingers from the E string, from the E substring, they will jump back finally to the B substring. And now directly, straight away after they jump on, press it down. And while pressing down the B substring, then comes the natural harmonic B, okay? And then you release. So, oops, sorry. So as you can see, we release the E substring with our fingers, they jump over back to the B substring, straight away press down the B substring, and while they are pressed down, then is the moment where we hit the B natural harmonic. And then we release it. And this is all the job that our left hand has to do on the substrings, okay? So that is all that you have to learn. If you're mastering this, the most difficult part is done. So let's play the whole pattern so far to get the whole context. Now I will try to give you a whole picture of this. Let's now play this with the natural harmonics of the right hand that we learned before. So how does this add up? Let's repeat it once again. Let's speed this up a little bit. When you think back to the beginning of this video, you will remember that the intro consisted of 2 repetitions. And let's take a short glance about the small difference between the first and the second repetition. On the first repetition, remember we hit the 14th fret of the A string, then put our left hand upwards and made this natural harmonic, okay? On the second repetition, the only difference here is that we do the hammer on onto the 14th fret of the D string instead of the A string, okay? So remember, we are coming like this. So after plucking the natural harmonic D, we make the hammer on onto the 14th fret of the D. And then our left hand, our index finger of the left hand, covers the D string, the A string and the E string to play the natural harmonics, okay? So first repetition, second repetition. Okay, so this is the only difference between the first repetition and the second repetition of the intro. And I think now we are at the point where we will just play the whole thing in a row. Let's go. Second repetition. So we are at the end now. I really hope that I could give you an understanding on how to play this song. If I did, you can leave me a like. And this should be enough to get you started with this song. If you want to learn the rest, there are official tabs available on Jon Gomm's website. The link for this is also in the description. And if you're interested to see a second part of this tutorial with the rest of the intro, you know, with the whole percussion stuff and so on, also leave a like. And if I see that there is a lot of interest in this video, then I might record a second part in the future. So far so good. Thanks for watching and see you another time. Bye.